Hello, I'm one of the liaison librarians at the Library of the Health Sciences at the University of Illinois Chicago. In this video, I'm going to talk about controlled vocabulary. Understanding what it is can be tremendously helpful when you are doing research. It's a system for dealing with the fact that authors can use varied words or terminology to talk about the exact same idea. It should save you time because ultimately you'll skim through far fewer articles that don't pertain to your topic. Using controlled vocabulary forces one to be systematic about building search strings. As a result, it provides a record of your search attempts or a search history, and this will save you time when writing a methods section. That same search history will prevent you from searching the same string over and over again because you've forgotten which searches you've already tried. Perhaps, best of all, you'll gain confidence in your search process because looking at the different search results will give you clues about refining your search. Oddly enough, controlled vocabularies across databases are not even called the same thing. It's also worth mentioning that not all databases offer the user a controlled vocabulary. CINAHL gives us subject headings, Embase gives us Emtree, PsycInfo gives us a thesaurus, and PubMed has devised medical subject headings, or MESH, whereas Scopus and Web of Science do not provide the user with a controlled vocabulary. Let's take a brief look at the subject headings in CINAHL and MESH in PubMed. You will notice that in CINAHL the subject headings are prominently located at the very top of the frame. The medical subject headings in PubMed, or MESH database, is somewhat less prominently featured. Clicking on the blue words MESH database in the lower right-hand corner will take you to the following page. This is the MESH database landing page, and the goal is to find potential MESH terms that best name or describe the topic I want to learn about. To be clear, I'm not searching for research articles just yet. I'm searching for the terms the database PubMed uses to identify my topic of interest. Let's work on finding literature about treating cancer pain. I'm going to break my topic apart into two separate chunks, starting with pain. Note MESH gives me a selection of terms that might be applied to my topic, including one that seems more precise. I'm going to select pain management by clicking Add to the Search Builder and search PubMed. I'll repeat this step until I've collected the terms from that list that apply to my topic. Each time I click on the Search PubMed button, that term will show up in the search history. In the beginning, it is ideal to search each of the terms one at a time. Here you can see In searches 1 and 2, I typed in pain just like I might type it into Google. In searches 4 and 5, you can see I used mesh because the term is tagged as such. Now let's look at how the results differ across all 4 searches. By using mesh, we ensure that the term is a significant part of the discussion among the resulting articles. No one wants to skim through 451,000 articles, but it sure beats nearly 1 million.